Welcome back, guys. So in today's video we're gonna be installing the valves, the springs and the retainers as well, and I'm gonna actually show you how to lap valves, so how to properly marry them and pair them with the head whenever they're brand new. So as you can see, there's already lapping paste on it, so that's what I personally use. Just put it a little bit on your finger, apply it on both surfaces of the head and on the valve, and then you can use a specific tool for that. So there's multiple ways of doing it. Some people don't like to put paste on the head, only on the valve. Some others do it the other way. Some of them put it on both. It really depends. So I already did the intake slide, and I only put on the intake valves and I didn't put on the head, so I might not be putting on the head as well. It worked out perfectly. What some people do is they're actually gonna go put some marker, some tint, something that doesn't affect or hurt the engine or the valve, and it's easily clean and removable, and then they're gonna put it on the seats for the valves. So that way, whenever they're lapping the valves, you can see how much material is taken away, and if everything is uniform and the same way all around, so there's a good not connection, but there is a good contact with the valve and the head. Personally, I've done so many of them, so I'm really used to them. I'll show you how you can even just look at it just with your eye, no need to put marker or anything. Obviously you can never be too cautious, but still it saves up a lot of time, a lot of cleaning to avoid and stuff like that. So I just do it by eye if you want, and then I'll actually show you guys how I do it. So one of the best ways to do it is to start and make sure there's contact all over the place. So what I personally like to do is I put a finger on the inside in here, and then look, I can make it go with. That way I can make it go up and then down, and look, so even from the inside I have my finger in the valve guide if you want. So I just make sure there's good contact with the paste all around. That's the most important part. And then once you do that, you're gonna use one of these. So this has suction cups on both ends, and there's all kind of sizes as well. So in my opinion, the bigger, like the closer to the diameter to the valves, is easier and better to do it, because you have more not leverage, but you have more contact, so it tends to stick more and to avoid having to redo it every single time. Sometimes brand new valves can come with some kind of oil film on them, maybe dirt and stuff like that. Just by handling them, work on your engine, your hands are dirty. So what I suggest is just pass like a small rag or something with the brake cleaner on each surfaces and on the suction cup. That way you have a perfect suction, and then I'll show you what I do. So what's important is that whenever you do that, you put it centered, and then you're gonna want to press down. Whenever you do that, it's gonna squeeze out, and then it's gonna hold together. So you can see now, look, you can hear it as well. So that's the paste. So that's the lapping paste for the valve, and it's almost like if they took some kind of small fine sand and put it in paste. So it acts like if you were sanding both sides, and that's what makes it a perfect match if you want. So you take the time to do all of them. It's very important. And let's say you do that one, you never want to put that valve in that seat or here or over there. So if you do the job, if you start doing the job here, it stays here. Same for all of these. it's the same thing for the intake and exhaust side. There's no difference in between. So you start by doing that and make sure, no need to label them, but just if you're taking one out, don't like put them all together so you don't get confused.
Fix about it, there's like, I did like the whole like grass mat technique with my neck, you know, but I didn't do it with my shadows. I have like this harsh shadow for my head going along the ground.
I noticed the hard line across the ground. You need a little bit of displacement in there to just, you know, offset that shadow with it, or even Photoshop. Just, well,